In the depths of the northern ocean at the world's edge dwells a colossal fish called Kun, whose back spans thousands of miles. When the monsoon winds shift and the sea churns, this giant fish transforms in an instant into a mighty bird named Peng. Its back resembles majestic mountain ranges, its wings like boundless clouds draped from the heaven. This great Peng bird resolved to undertake an epic migration. It soared with tremendous effort, its wings beating the sea surface to raise waves stretching for 3,000 li. Riding a colossal whirlwind bridging heaven and earth, it shot straight up to a height of 90,000 li, bearing the entire outer sky upon its back. It flew toward the bright southern sea, the southern ocean. The cicada in the tree and the spotted dove witnessed this scene and chirped mockingly. We flap our wings hard, land on a branch when we can, and if we don't fly high enough, we just fall back to the ground. Why bother exerting so much effort to fly 9,000 miles to such a distant place? How ridiculous! The comprehension of these two little insects was limited to this. It's like going on a picnic bringing one meal is enough. Traveling 100 miles requires provisions for the night. Journeying 1,000 miles demands 3 months' worth of dry rations. How could little insects understand the planning of a long journey? Small wisdom cannot grasp great wisdom. Short lifespans cannot fathom long ones. Why? A fungus born at dawn and dead by dusk will never know what a day is. A cicada that lives only one summer will never understand what spring and autumn mean. Such are the limitations of life. Yet, in the southern lands of Chu, there grew a sacred tree called the Mingling, whose spring spanned 500 years and whose autumn lasted 500 more. In ancient times, there also stood the great Chun tree, whose spring lasted 8,000 years and whose autumn 8,000 more. Compared to these, Pengzu, who lived but 800 years, was admired as a model of longevity. Is this not truly pitiful? Similarly, those whose talents are sufficient for minor official posts, whose conduct earns the praise of a village, whose virtue wins the favor of a ruler, and whose abilities command the trust of the nation, their view of themselves is just as narrow as that of those two little insects. There was a wise man named Zhuangzi who would mock such people, even if the whole world praised him. He would not strive harder, even if the whole world criticized him. He would not be disheartened. He could distinguish between his inner self and the external world, and see through the true nature of honor and disgrace. This was already remarkable, but his realm was still not high enough. Another sage named Laozi could ride the wind with such grace that he seemed to float effortlessly through the skies. His journeys lasted 15 days before he returned. He never worried about seeking blessings. Though he never had to walk, he still depended on one thing, the wind. So what is absolute freedom? The answer is, if one can align with the inherent nature of all things in heaven and earth, grasp the laws of natural transformation, and roam freely through the boundless cosmos, then what else could they possibly need? Absolutely nothing. Therefore, Zhuangzi concluded, the truly supreme person is free from the clutches of the small self. The truly extraordinary person is unburdened by the weight of achievement. The truly enlightened person isn't troubled by the chains of fate. Core idea. True freedom isn't about doing whatever you want, but about your spirit soaring unrestricted and unfettered. It requires breaking free from rigid notions of greatness or uselessness, ultimately shedding the shackles of self-centeredness and the pursuit of fame and fortune.